The bedrock of every developmental effort, and then any society that want to grow and develop into the ecstasy level that everybody society want to be, then it has to pursue education. In this regard, today Islam and Life want to look at activities by organizations and individuals and everywhere in the ZONGO community, in the Muslim community, on how they are promoting education to help the younger Muslims, our youth, to aspire higher. One of such organizations is the HOHOE ZONGO Development Association. They call themselves Hozda. And so we have the president here in the person of Mr. MUHAMMED Zakaria. He'll be telling us what the HOHOE ZONGO Development Association has been doing to promote education in the HOHOE community, Muslim community, and maybe in other Muslim communities as well. And then we are also inspired by the story of a young lady, Zuhaira Baba Muhammad, from the Nima background, and yet emerged the overall best female contestant in the just ended National Maths and Science Quiz Competition. And so we are very proud. And so Zuhaira is also here to share some words with us. Zuhaira, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. MUHAMMED Zakaria, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Very good. I know you're already happy seeing Zuhaira sitting by you.
Very much
because
so.
it's like she is the fruit of what you are struggling for.
Exactly. Very much
good.
so.
Very good. So let's take it from there.
Okay.
You tell me about the HOHOE ZONGO development, what exactly that you want to do as far as promoting education is concerned. But what does the Zuhaira story tells you, okay, as far as what you are struggling to achieve? Now, this is somebody who attended, I don't know the name of the primary school, but I know it's around Kanda,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so from that Kanda Nima background, okay,
yes,
went to that undeveloped Islamic school, and yes, she was the best national female contestant in the National Science and Maths. So, how do you feel?
I take this opportunity to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah ta'ala wa barakatuh to your viewers. Hozda, which is the HOHOE ZONGO Development Association, saw the need for bridging the gap or empowering the youth to look at the competitive environment for achieving our social life, improving our social life, and then our economic life. And so if you look at the environment today, and for some of us coming up from the Zongos, it is very competitive for us to be able to fit into the very competitive nature of our environment in Ghana, and especially in the world. And therefore, we see education as a key to break that barrier, to also become very competitive in the national development, and then developing our own selves, and then also using our skills development to be able to also become competitive.
So you strongly believe that if we want to, move to the high level of our socio-economic development as we aspire to be, education is key. You strongly believe in that?
Education is key, because that is what would help us to be able to also become competitive. Because you see, there's such a small area which everybody is trying to eat from, and therefore you can only fit into that when you have the education. If you also improve on your skills, so to be able to compete, and not just economic but social. You see, we look at our Zongos. What do we lack? You know, because so we see education and skills development to be key in also becoming competitive in that national.
The next question I was going to ask you, and then I know you will say yes because there's a living example here. You think that the Muslim child, no matter the background, the Muslim girl child, no matter the background, can make it to the high level? And I asked you earlier on about how you feel about the Zuhaira story.
Exactly. Muslim, first let me come to Zuhaira. Zuhaira, actually, when I heard about her story, actually I was inspired. And, you know, I spoke to my executive and I said, listen, this is what we want to see from our community. And if it is happening in another community, then that's something we want to. But we don't want it to be based on luck. We want to make some effort in achieving what Juera has achieved. So we want to see some concerted effort in achieving that. We don't want one in a blue moon to appear. No, we want to make concerted effort.
And do you know what is interesting? And you know, the last year, this year, the last year overall best was also a Muslim.
Allah.
Another Muslim girl.
Allah.
Yes. And we will try and then bring her and Zoe again to this studio too.
Allah.
Okay, so I'll come to you. Then you tell us what, in your view, you think specific projects that you think we need to do, practical steps that we need to take in promoting education, so that it doesn't become the usual lip service. Using your organization as the yardstick, what exactly that you are doing to improve education. Now let's come to Zoera. Zoera, well done.
Thank you.
Yes, I saw you about 3-4 years ago at the Ghana Muslim Academy classes, and let me take it from there. She had then completed GHS and she joined that vacation classes, the vacation school, and she was in SHS 1. And there she won the best student.
Allah.
That was 4 years ago. And the Minister of Education, the then Minister of Education, Professor Nana Upukwajiman, gave her award. So when I heard, I said, wow, I was not surprised. I said, you know, sometimes things happen. And one good thing is that it means that she didn't go to sleep.
That's right.
She won that from the Minister of Education. She gave her a personal award at NIMA 4 years ago.
Right.
And then this year she has grown to become the overall national best female contestant in that competition.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how did you feel when you were told that you are the best female contestant in the whole country?
I was happy, very happy, because I had made a lot of people proud, my teachers, my school, my parents, my family, friends, and everybody. So I was really excited.
Wow. Which school did you attend? I mean, the secondary school?
Tamale Senior High.
Tamale Senior High.
Yes.
But then the primary?
Is Gospel Special GHS and Preparatory.
That's the primary GHS.
Yes.
And that is at Kanda.
Yes, Nafi.
Wow. In the competition, were you seeing a lot of Muslim girls, or you didn't notice them?
Oh, Muslim girls.
Yes, or boys, I mean.
As for Muslim contestants, they were there, but they were very few. Once in a blue moon, and see one. Yes.
Do you remember the toughest question that was given to you and you could not answer?
The toughest question?
Yes.
It was one question that was even our quarterfinal stages.
Okay.
It was about energy, calculating energy, giving number of moles and temperature.
It was difficult for you.
It was difficult.
I'm told the quiz mistress was very happy. Giving you that award. I'm told I didn't listen to her, but I was told that she expressed that she was very happy that somebody like you has gotten that. Anyway, well, so for all what this award that you got, you were given an award. Is that correct?
Yes.
Who are the people that you think have helped you in getting to this stage of your life? I mean, growing through difficulties. I know where you're coming from. I don't expect you to come from a very flamboyant background, if I'm right. And let me say that actually your mom is in the studio with us. So unfortunately we cannot see her, but she's here with us. And so tell us the challenges that you have gone through. Let's start with the challenges that you have gone through in your education from primary. Because I know there are a lot of girls who feel that, where I am, how can I make it to the top? Can I become a doctor from Nima, this. But gradually, I'm sure you're becoming a doctor if you want to be. So what are the challenges that you faced in your educational career? And who are the people who have helped you most? Yes.
Okay. The number one challenge I would say I faced when I was in school is sometimes you just feel like giving up because you steady and you don't understand one or two things. So you feel like just stop studying.
And then do something different.
No, you continue, but after all, if I just get a manageable pass, I will go to school. Just feel like stop it. Just
so that you don't necessarily have to be with the top.
Yes, just get a manageable pass and go. But with encouragement from my teachers, the school, my friends, my family, my mother, my sisters, I know that you just have to keep up. Don't give up, because everybody struggle before he gets something.
Wow. We are from a community where people believe that our parents, our mothers, our fathers think that girls' education is not so important. So sometimes, hey, go and cook, because to do science and come out with, and I know your result have come is A throughout. It's your result are everywhere anyway. You are not a public figure, because I just saw your result on my WhatsApp and A1, everything. And some mother will say, go and cook, hey, do this. And what kind of support did you receive from your mother in particular, who has been with you in the kitchen, everywhere, right from childhood?
No, but that one there, I didn't see those things. Stop learning. When I know it's time to study, I study. When I know it's time to do this work, I do. So there's no clash for
and your parents have been very supportive in this regard.
Yes. They have no problem with it.
Wow. I'll come back to you. I have so many questions to ask you. Let me go back to Mr. Mohammed Awal. So what specifically is the HOHOE ZONGO Development Association pursuing that others can learn, that you believe that when we pursue these things, it will help us escalate into the stage we want to get it to?
Thank you very much. First, I want to draw your attention to Zuera's comments now.
Okay.
You can see that Zuera actually, at a point, wanted to give up.
Exactly.
But what encouraged her to push more? It is because of the recognition that she's getting from the teachers, the recognition she's getting from her family, the recognition she's getting from the parents, and then the friends. So this is what actually is edging her on. So we need to make a lot of effort in encouraging people to achieve the best and assure them that, listen, with little effort, you'll be able to make it. Now, and that is what Hozda actually wants to do. And so we now have seen, we actually did a lot of work. I think we'll be sharing with you the strategic plan that we have. We have a 5-year strategic plan for developing the education in the educational system in HOHOE ZONGO. But yes, we started with the holiday classes that you were talking about.
Okay, you have some there?
Yes, we did this, and we give some students from primary 6 scholarships. We realized that they were falling back, and we realized these children, we contacted their schools and they are doing very well. And so we said we want to encourage these children. And so we asked the teachers, which students do you think are doing very well, but that you think when we support them, they will be able to do well? And this gave us some few students, and we started with them, and alhamdulillah, we supported them till they finished their GHS.
How did you support them?
We support them with funds. We give them tuition after extra tuition on vacation.
Wow.
And one of them is actually in the secondary school now.
Wow.
And
these are practical steps. That's what we want.
Practical steps we want to encourage. And we also, like Zuera is saying, we need recognition to be able to assure them that, listen, people are celebrating you. So you have the chance to be celebrated more. And this is what we push them to actually achieve. When they are giving up, this is what would encourage them. No.
Wow. I like that.
There's something to do. And therefore, what we do, we organize competitions.
Before you talk about the competitions, I'm aware last week you launched you did a fundraising towards this.
Yes.
And so I think my producer has so let's watch what you did last week.
Yes.
And then we'll make a brief comment on that, and then we'll continue.
Okay.
So let's pick this.
As a Muslim, find yourself or see yourself as an intelligent person. Education is just the mindset. Never feel defeated wherever you find yourself. And education plays a very important role in man's life. Education is the ladder of peace. Peace is a 5-letter word. But sometimes I see it as a demonic term. When you understand the word peace, it talks about partnership for an eternal association for communal existence. Now, when we're talking of education, education will also be the path of wealth. Education is another path of power. That is on the positive side. Education religiously and morally plays a very heavy side of man's life.
All right, so welcome back. So this was at your program,
yes.
HOHOE ZONGO Development Association, and the Minister for ZONGO Inner City Development was there.
Yes.
And he's talking about education.
He spoke.
So it means truly you believe that education is what it will take to develop our society, as you said.
Yes.
Wow.
And this event actually, this is the third of its kind that we did at the Legon Botanical Gardens. We did it, this is the third one. It's a yearly program to raise funds for educational activities.
Cool.
And so, and if you heard the minister speak, he said something that was very encouraging. He said, listen, education has become very competitive. Take it because, and he actually catalogued what's the contribution of our Zongos
Have been.
Yes, the contribution that the Zongos have made to this our
National development.
And he talked that we are celebrating our 60th independence anniversary, and he spoke up since 1918.
Wow.
The struggle that the Zongos have made, and he made as an example. I haven't seen it. He said almost 90% of what the Ghana contributed.
Yeah.
To the World War, almost from the Zongos.
Yes, in fact, he has said it here before.
Yes. And so, and he gave a lot of examples of what the Zongos did to actually help in the attainment of independence.
We shouldn't have been behind.
We shouldn't be behind. And what we have allowed ourselves to be, as he said, is to be used for development. We shouldn't allow. And that is what education does for us. It allows us to also be part of development, not to be used for development. And that is what actually gives us the recognition and that social and economic independence that we need to be able to, also enjoy the benefits of
I'll come back and ask you to go home. Tell me specifically. You said you are taking care of some students and those things, but I'm sure you have more things you are doing there. You have schools there.
Exactly.
And what are you doing to those schools to improve so that you can have more Zueras coming from your school?
That's right.
Okay, so let me come quickly to Zuera. And then Zuera,
Yeah.
I want you to give advice. In fact, that is the main reason I wanted you here. There are so many young girls, okay, in those schools around where you are, thinking that where they are, how would they become, doctors, how would they become lawyers, how would they become bankers, how would they become architects, how would they be able to make A1s, how would they be competing in national competitions. I mean, they are thinking, just like at the point that you even thought that, I'm from a poor background, why should I aspire to be at high and something else. Tell them, what do you want to tell them? The young girls, I want you to talk to the young girls. Half of boys, leave them. I'll handle them myself. But they're the girls. Okay, so what advice will you give to them?
Motivate yourself.
Wow.
Because you have to motivate yourself first before any motivation can also from outside can help you. No matter how much you are motivated from the outside, if you are not motivated from within yourself, then it will be cost 90. So you just have to know that, let me do this. That's the right thing. Let me study. Let me do this. So that be focused. Motivate yourself. Know that you can do anything once you set your mind to achieve it. If you make up your mind that way, then nothing is impossible. You can do it.
Wow. Look at the way I'm touched. Anyway, I'll give you the last opportunity when I come back to you. Because you already told me you don't want to talk plenty. So I'm struggling not to allow you to talk plenty. To express gratitude to specific people who have helped you. It's important we show that appreciation. Right. That'll be your last words when I come back. Let me go to Mr. Ahmed. Yes. What have you been doing at home? So as somebody watching at HOHOE, he said, look, they're only in Accra talking big English. Yes. Tell us something. What have you been doing at home?
Yes. At home. Yes. Like the minister said, if you hear him speak, he was talking about what we can, before we can actually have that environment to be able to educate ourselves, empower ourselves through education, we need peace.
That's correct.
And therefore, when these issues of the conflict in HOHOE actually arose, we sat down because, you see, when we launched this organization at the Teachers' Hall.
Yes. When was that?
That was 23rd of November 2010.
Okay, that's about 7 years ago.
Yes. Togbega Gabusu actually sent about 4 chiefs.
Wow.
Yes, to support us at our inauguration.
A Muslim program.
Yes, a Muslim a ZONGO program. You know, Togbega has always supported us, our association, and therefore these actually conflict actually was something that took us aback because
it was not supposed to. It was against the round of
it
things.
was yes. So we said, okay, if it was this cemetery issue that was going to bring a problem and create conflict for us to lose the support we're getting from this, we bought. We raised money from our station, and we bought 10.5 acres of land. Part of it we are using for cemetery for HOHOE ZONGO, and so that at least that can that can shave us of this conflict, and also be able to bridge that and smoke the peace pipe that we have, and to be able to move on with our program. And so we want to use part of it to build a university, and so that is one thing we're doing. We also think that you know, the health of the people is very important, and you'll be surprised that, you know, what No ZONGO has done. We have our own clinic, established by our association, which takes care of more than 200.
We need to come there and study Hozda.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which takes care of more than 200 patients in a day. It's not only serving HOHOE ZONGO community; it serves even the towns around HOHOE ZONGO. In fact, you need to visit them. And
seriously. I think, I saw the minister at your land.
Exactly.
I think maybe we need to, and I believe you are going to have a strong collaboration with the ministry.
Exactly. And that is why the minister was with
there,
us,
so that you can see how maybe other Zongos can also learn from the plans that you have, so that you can give practical, you know, steps, actions towards development. You know. All right, continue. Initially, I was going to tell our time, but my producers have
and then the scholarships that we have.
Yes.
We've last academic year we supported a student in KNUST in at Pantine.
You identified needy but
brilliant students. Yes. Pantine, and then one of them is at UPS, and then one of them is at the University of Ghana. And fortunately, one of our students we supported to enter Ashesi University got a full scholarship.
Wow!
Yes.
Well, it means he was good.
From very good. So he has full scholarship now. So he's gone out of our sponsorship
through your effort.
Through our effort. Wow. And so
you were mentioning 2 schools in HOHOE that you are sponsoring, you are helping.
Exactly. We have actually what we did about 4 years ago. Yeah. We mobilized books. Okay. And then we supported almost all the primary and junior high schools in HOHOE, not only in ZONGO. Yes, everywhere. That was what we did about 4 years ago. Wow. And now what we have identified in our strategic plan that we launched about 3 months ago is that we have 2 schools in HOHOE ZONGO community, the Aswaj and Adabraka.
You are adopting these schools.
We are adopting these schools in our strategic plan.
Make them better schools. Model.
Yes. One, we have identified 4 things. Student, how are we going to support the students to be able to go through the education that they are getting? 2, what are the needs, the infrastructure needs, books, computers, and others that they need to be able to educate themselves. And then 3, we're talking about the human resource, the teachers. What do they need? Do they need to improve on their skills of teaching? What do they need to motivate them to also
you've identified these areas, and you're going into these areas to help and that will automatically upgrade the standard of the school so that we have better schools in the.
Exactly.
All right, let me come to
some computers to
to
them. We built
facilities,
and you'll be surprised.
I know.
HOHOE ZONGO has built a library.
Wow.
We didn't build, but we actually the ASWAJ gave us a big.
And you have furnished
and then
we've
built a library.
Now you are saying all this because we want other Zongo communities to learn, because there are so many associations in the Zongos.
Yes.
But sometimes exactly what is it that they need to do to exert the direct development, that we want as far as education is concerned, is the problem. And that is why we think your story is a good one and the others need to copy for. Let's come to Zuera. Zuera, yes. So what I want you to opportunity, as I mentioned, to show appreciation. I know you mentioned your quiz mistress. Then who else you think that you want to appreciate as far as your educational life is concerned? And that will be your last words. So add anything you want to say. Yes.
My mother.
Oh.
My mother.
Fortunately, she's here. What's her name?
Fatima.
Ajia Fatima.
Yes.
Ajia Fatima, Allah bless you. Yes, yes. They say that whatever you see, whatever Zuera is because of her. We are sure of that. Yes, and we pray all mothers will be like you, inshallah. Yes.
And my teachers at school, Mr. Timothy, Mr.
Is this secondary
James.
school?
Yes.
Oh, Mr.
secondary
Timothy
school.
and James. You are gone. And then who again?
Then my sister, Sister Josefa.
Wow. Back at home?
At
Nobody?
home.
All of them, all the elders in the family. All right. But I didn't thank your teachers from DHS. I'm sure they prepared you very well.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
So teachers of ZOHOE Formal School, we thank all of you. And everybody, the Muslim community in general, we thank you. Do you have anything to say as your last words? Nothing. Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Mohammed, your last words?
Yes. We, as Hozda, would want to appeal for support. We need partnership.
Yeah.
We need people to partner us. We don't want people to come and tell us what to do, do this, do that. And we're not waiting for people to come.
Yes, yeah. You are looking for partnership, building partnership. Yes, so that you can
because
move forward.
We need ideas that would help us achieve.
Sometimes when you talk about partner, people think that they say you are looking for money.
For money.
It's not necessarily money.
Not
They are talking
necessarily
about partnership, ideas, building ideas together, and how you can move our Zongo society.
Exactly.
I think you need to come back.
We don't want to build Zuera's type by chance. We want to build.
You don't want to see once in a blue moon.
No,
we want to see plenty Zueras every year.
A concerted effort in building more of
Zueras
Zueras in our community.
Thank you very much. We are very grateful. We pray that Allah will support you and Allah will enlighten all other Zongo communities, Muslim communities, so that we can. I'm sure if we do a lot of this in all the communities, we will have a lot of students in all spheres of our life. So we are very grateful, Mr. Muhammad Awad Zakaria, President of HOHOE Zongo Development Association, and then Zuera Baba Muhammad, our champion, overall best female contestant in the just ended National Science. Maths and Science. Is it Science and Maths or Maths and Science? Maths and Science. Science and Maths, okay. Whatever it is. Competition for senior high schools. And then, like I mentioned, even last year, the overall best was also a Muslim. Salma, she is currently reading pharmacy at the University of Ghana. Yes, and we try to bring her again. So at least we are getting somewhere, inshallah, gradually. So thank you very much. And viewers, we thank you for being with us. Inshallah, next week will come your way again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
أرجو رضاك يا الله أنت الرحيم يا الله هبني عطاك يا الله أنت الكريم